years, I never even heard of a prostate.
Honey, they don't have them there. It's too cold.
Dorothy, you should be going on this date. At least you'd have some fun.
Nothing could be more fun than beating my mother at cards tonight.
What's the name of the game?
Gin.
Of defeat. I don't know why you play cards with your mother. It just makes you crazy.
You're absolutely right, Blanche. This has gone on far too long. Mom, I am not playing gin with you anymore.
You'll be back. You know why? You're too competitive. It's always been your worst feature. Actually, your ears.
You mustn't rush into anything, Blanche. You hardly know him.
I just wonder what my husband George would think about me and Harry.
Well, if he was alive, he probably would not like it. But since he's dead, I don't think it poses a problem.
Well, I just want him to know that I'm happy, but that I could never be.
Tea, Sophia.
How about a shot of gin with a beer back?
That was dumb of me to have tea this late. Now I'll go to sleep and have to get up to go.
Yeah, and wake me up. You know, if you didn't drink before bedtime, you wouldn't have to wake up in the middle of the night.
I don't drink before bedtime.
Want chicken? Just say, I don't want chicken.
I don't want chicken.
Good.
It repeats on me. I want pepperoni.
Blanche, would you like some broiled chicken?
Oh, no, thank you. I'm having a raw vegetable plate. You probably haven't noticed it, but I put on 3 pounds.
On each side.
Well, between my partners and me, we see quite a few.
Oh, it's a partnership.
Have you ever met Dr. Scholl?
Let's get to the point. Dennis, what do you take home a week?
It's all right. I understand. Sophia,
Marriage was over.
Dorothy, look, things happen.
Things happened. You're damn right things happened. 38 years happened. 38 years of sharing and crying and dreaming and fighting and loving and children and Blanche, come on now. Be happy for her. She finally met someone. I mean, you go out with lots of interesting guys.
Name one.
How about that coach from the Miami Dolphins?
Oh, yeah. That night was kind of fun. The training room, the whirlpool, the
Dorothy, is this a good champagne?
Gee, it's hard to tell. The 2 for $7 sticker is covering the year of the vintage.
Well, I'm sorry, Dorothy, but the welcoming committee is on a budget. Now hurry up and finish arranging those flowers. Mr. Vaughn's going to be arriving.
12 when he stopped. He wanted to come home from school at lunchtime. I got nothing left up here.
Oh, Mom.
Well, she's gone.
I mean, that...
Well, it's the reason I'm here.
I knew it. I knew you had a reason. Better be a good one.
I'm dying.
What?
I'm dying.
This is the prettiest outfit I own. Then you tell me I don't look very good in it. Now, which one is the truth?
Both. But look on the bright side, honey. How often do you get out of your robe on the weekends?
I finished loading the cartons into the car.
Oh, thank you, Daisy, darling.
You know, it's very sweet of you to give up your Saturday...
I thought you always milked a cow sitting on a stool.
No, Alice had to sit on a stool. You see, she was involved in this nasty plowing accident. It was during spring planting, and Daddy had hitched her up to the plow.
Hi, Blanche.
Are we expecting company?
Yep, Barbara Thorndike. I introduced myself after the lecture. We went out and had coffee and talked for hours.
Nothing. Dorothy, you're a sick, suspicious, paranoid person. Stan, my favorite ex-son-in-law.
God, Stanley, what the hell are you doing here?
Don't you dare talk to him like that. I invited him for dinner.
What?
I love your toupee, Stanley. Is it new?
Yeah. Would they want your clothes?
Who knows? Short girl robber, travels a lot, likes strip drive. It's okay, I'm thrilled. I hated my clothes. I need new clothes.
They didn't take them, Ma. You hid them. Now, where are your clothes?
Maybe I...
Really great in front of company.
Hi, girls. What time does Clayton get here?
Oh, any minute now. Oh, we better put out the welcome mat. We don't have a welcome mat.
What about the one Dorothy says is at the foot of your bed? I heard footsteps and a man's voice and the alarm went off.
It was Lester. He accidentally set off the alarm.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You shot my bones.
I didn't shoot Lester.
I'd rather you shot Lester.
I think I'll pass on the nightcap, Blanche.
Go on home, you old fool. I meet eligible men at galleries. Why don't you come with me?
Can I come too, Blanche?
Oh, sure. I think it's going to be a great show. It's featuring the work of Mr. Jasper de Kimmel. You ever heard of him?
I'm not sure. Has he ever done anything in velvet?
Jasper de Kimmel's art hangs in museums all over the country. Dorothy, according to the rules of etiquette, you should never wait more than 20 minutes for a date.
She's already waited 6 months for a date. What's another half hour?
I hate blind dates. You know, Ma, I never would have agreed to this if it wasn't your best friend Edna's good-looking doctor nephew.
Oh, he wasn't available anymore.
Churches, and then a separate Protestant heaven with people and cows and horses. And then a Jewish heaven with libraries and furriers.
You're starting to annoy me. You shouldn't annoy a sick person.
Oh, Sophia, I'm sorry.
Every man's passion. She said, my destiny was to be great.
She lied to you so you'd finish high school.
Well, now I know what my destiny is, Rose. I'm going to be a novelist. A great romance novelist. That is my destiny. I shall become...
One night with a comfortable stranger, and that's where it ends. Believe me, we both know that.
No, you heard me right. 6 dozen long stem roses. And the card should read, "To Dorothy and a wonderful new beginning."
Tired to talk. Not that they would have listened. They were too busy sniffing the whiteout they'd stolen from typing class. I had to excuse them early. I mean, I just cannot get rid of this flu. And it keeps getting worse, not better.
But it's been months now.
How many of my classmates are gone? I mean, look, Frank Bonatardi, tight end on the football team, heart attack, dead.
Well, Dorothy, don't think of it as Frank being dead. Just think of it as God telling Frank to go deep.
Honey, why don't you stay here? You can share my room. It's certainly easier than arguing with her, right? I'd like you to meet my 2 dearest friends. This is Rose,
Hello.
Blanche.
Hello.
My sister, Gloria.
Welcome to Miami.
Oh, well, thank you. Oh, Gloria, Sophia's told us so much about you. I used to play piano, and he'd play Christmas carols, and the children would sing along, and then Mother'd bring in some homemade eggnog and snickerdoodles. And then we'd decorate the tree. And after Daddy had hung the star at the very top of the tree, we'd all join hands and pray.
Well, Rose, isn't that sweet? And I do love you for it, honey, but I just couldn't. I could never fit this trim little body into that big old tent of a dress they're gonna have to make for you.
That's a great idea. I love what you made the last time. What was it called? Gherkinflunken?
Oh, no, that was my uncle. The owner of St. Olave's most famous haberdashery. He came up with the slogan, "You don't have to be Amish to look Amish." Okay, sure.
Great. Good night.
Good night. Well, what do you think?
He's quite a man.
Oh, he certainly is, Rose.
Oh, I'm glad you both feel that way because I think Jonathan's going to ask me to marry him. No, I just have to work this out for myself.
Why don't you just sleep on it, Rose? I know you'll make the right decision.
Good night, honey. A Yankee from New Jersey. You're a profile in courage, Blanche.
An hour. Come on in, everybody.
Blanche, what is going on? I mean, that guy's a little young even for you.
What are you talking about? He's a mature young man with his own business. Now, who wants to help me pick out 5 magazines?
Blanche.
Please. I'm in no mood for...
Oh, Ma, did you eat all this candy?
I was looking for the prize.
Prizes are in Cracker Jacks. I am a woman in my 50s. I mean, common sense says that I have gotten flowers before.
So, Dorothy, tell me, are those flowers from men? Are they, Are they?
Well, it doesn't matter where they come from. It's not important that some men find your daughter attractive and send her gifts as a token of their affection. What is important is that you know it. Write it down, all of you.
Dorothy, these are from celebrities.
Oh, Rose, that's private.
Lyle Wagner and Sonny Bono. Dorothy, my poor, sweet, dead-end Dorothy. You're sending flowers to yourself again, aren't you? Would have gotten away with it, too. But while she was giving herself hickeys with a vacuum cleaner, she stepped into a puddle.
To most mothers, that would be a cry for affection. To you, it's just ammo. Let's just change the subject, okay?
Well, if we're done with our journey through the land of make-believe...
Ma, you put Buzz Aldrin's head on Neil Armstrong's body.
I did?
Yes, Ma, you did.
I'm so ashamed. I wouldn't blame you if you sent me to bed.
Her life, baking, sewing, gardening, tending the animals.
Ooh, my favorite things.
Okay, let's get the show on the road.
Rose, you sure you don't want to come and just watch?
Come on, Rose. You'll sit and watch my dentures eat corn on the cob. It's a lot of laughs.
No, I don't want to kill him.
He works very, very hard, and he's very, very rich.
And what else?
I don't know. That's all I've ever heard about Grandpa.
Oh, I see. Oh, I wish you'd known Grandpa, Charlie. You'd have liked him a lot.
Do you think he would have liked me? Liked you?
Welcome back, sweetheart.
It all happened so fast. He grabbed her. She bit him. He stuffed her in his calamari wagon and sped away. And that, dear grandchildren, is how my parents met.
Can't that you and Stan were in bed together. Isn't that silly? Oh, I mean, my loving sister and the man I despise most. Oh, God, the nightmare continues.
Come on, Ed. You walk out that door, Missy. You can forget about coming back. Lucy! Lucy!
Paralyzed with fear. I kept thinking to myself, what is a simple Protestant farm girl doing in the parking lot of a gin mill in a flashy, fast-paced city like Tyler's Landing?
So did you get out of the truck or what?
Of course. I marched up to the door.
Look, the exterminator said that you came in through a hole under the sink. Please, that's the way I'd like you to go. Oh, good boy!
You have the gift!
Hello? You want to talk to who? Dorothy. Sorry, you must have dialed the wrong number.
Blanche, what do you mean, wrong number?
Oh, it was a man, so I just assumed.
Hello? Yes, this is she.
Dorothy, fess up. I know that was a man. I can always tell when a man calls, because you start sweating and get a bad case of the giggles.
Do not.
All right, talk.
It's no big deal. That was my 11th grade English teacher from back in Brooklyn, Mr. Gordon. He's moved to Miami and he wants to get...
Nothing at all.
Well, then how did you get over your fear?
I never did, but thanks to Dorothy, I now have new hope.
You see, Dorothy, Blanche is willing to face her fear. I think it's time you faced yours.
Rose, forget it. I am not going to have that surgery, and no one is going to make me change.
Well, we could sneak into Rose's room, put on some of her hayseed dresses, then do imitations of her...
No, not the three of us. I mean Janet and Sarah and I.
Oh, the three of you. I don't care.
You're no help at all, Sophia. Dorothy, do you have any ideas?
Well, you know, my idea of a good time.
Oh, God.
Be sorry, we're just so happy you're feeling better.
I've never been afraid of dying. That's because I'm not going to stay dead. I'm going to get frozen. And I need your solemn promises that you'll have your heads frozen, too.
Oh, excuse me, we're here to pick up our friend. Are they doing...
Boy, you sure know your way around a snake.
I've had a lot of experience. After all, I was married to one for 38 years.
Oh, we're right on schedule. We ought to have that toilet tank in by sundown.
By sundown. Oh, this is such fun.
I know.
Oh, well, that complicates things.
Why? Don't you believe me?
It's not a question of whether or not I believe you. It's just that without substantial evidence, it's just your word against his, and a man's career is at stake.
Well, so is mine, not to mention my dignity.
I'm sorry. Look, I really am. I'd like to help you. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do.
But that's not fair.
Hey, go to Neiman Marcus sometime, see if they treat you any better.
How we doing?
Honey, I don't think we've sold a thing.
I don't get it.
I'll give you $1 for these Elvis Presley salt and pepper shakers.
$1? I will have you know the day I bought these salt and pepper shakers at the Graceland gift shop. Dorothy.
This isn't an ordinary hockey stick. Bobby Hull used this. This is a piece of history.
It's a piece of junk. And the price tag says $4.
$4.50.
I'll take it.
Okay, but listen, before you go, come into the house with me. I'll show you the kind of wood oil that I use. He didn't want it. He said there's a nick in it. We have to have a return policy.
Oh, girls, listen, let's face it, all that so-called junk out there has too many fond memories for all of us. We're never going to be able to part with it.
Yeah. We might just as well call this whole garage sale off.
It's my eye.
Now, about the tree. I got a copy of our property map at the courthouse this morning, and as you can clearly see, the tree is yours.
Huh. I'm not going to move it. Not after what she did.
You have to.
So often performing some honky-tonk? I don't know about you, but that sounds pretty crazy to me.
Now, don't you sass me, Missy.
Well, no, I don't mean to sass you, Daddy. It's just that I'm concerned about you. Now, I want you to promise me that you're going to forget all about this nonsense and go back to Twin Oaks and have a nice long rest.
We'd go off chasing those rainbows together. But when the time finally came, all that was left was a big empty house and the headstone that marks her grave. And I decided that...
Change. I thought, poor old Aunt Lynette having to go through this change thing. I had no idea what it was, but I knew one thing for certain. It was never going to happen to me. Now here I am. I'm Aunt Lynette.
No, you're not. You're Blanche. And all that's happening is a biological process, which means one thing and one...
Oh, thank God you're here.
Arrested for prostitution. I can't believe it, Sophia.
Sophia, we're innocent.
I know that. I can't believe these dumb cops would think anyone would pay money to sleep with you.
Sophia, did you come to bail us out?
You were dumped by the man of your dreams. It's not surprising that today you'd be a little irritable.
I know, but to be upset about Stan, I'm so embarrassed. I mean, it's not as if he means anything in my life.
Honey, I know exactly what you're going through. Believe me, I do. I'm just so glad we had this little talk. Oh. But isn't that where one woman and another
We
woman...
already know what it means.
But Jean's a very attractive woman. She could have any man she wants.
She doesn't want them.
Well, why not? A man has so much more to offer, you know what I mean, Dorothy?
Yeah, I found that out when Mark Perper was running for...
Thing takes an interest in you.
Hell yes. But there's another reason. Blanche, when you spend 6 months watching the person you love more than anybody else in the world slowly die, you wonder if you'll ever love again. After that, believe me.
It feels like, but I sure as hell remember what it looks like.
Grandma, listen.
You listen. How dare you come into our home and act like a common gigolo? You've embarrassed me, your mother, our friends. Not to mention that poor, stupid, flat-chested girl.
Is sushi, raw fish, very good.
Whoops, that flew right out of my hand. That was delicious.
Start a fire with rocks, distill seawater into drinking water. Now, if you want to get out of this alive, I suggest you listen to me. Do I hear any objections? I didn't think so. Dorothy, Blanche, start breaking up the boat. We need wood for a fire. And you three, head up north, up that ridge. Based on those rock formations, there's a good chance of...
You? Come on, that does it. Come on, out. Come on. Come on, out. Move it. Out. Right now. Oh, come on. Now, this isn't fair. Come on, now.
Dorothy, is Blanche around?
No, she hasn't come in yet.
Good. Then we can talk about the banquet. How's everything going?
Just fine. She doesn't suspect a thing.
I can't wait to see her face when she finds out the banquet is to honor her for all the good work she's done around here.
I can't either.
Well, I'm going to finish the speech I'm writing for Blanche.
It's my treat.
With rainbow sprinkles, they're 5 cents extra.
What the hell? I'm a sport.
Rose, are you still here? Dorothy's due back with Angela.
It wasn't my fault. We were backing down the driveway, and Sophia told me I ran over Mrs. Stouffer.
And you believed her.
Well, I had to check. Last week I did pin her and her walker to the fence on a wide right turn.
I have to get my shopping list.
I have your shopping list.
Good,
Come
then
on.
everyone is happy.
I don't know what to say.
Is it just your heart that's clogged or your ears too? Let me start again. A half a pound of lox, a dozen bagels assorted, no coffee, 2 prune Danish, 6 sour pickles, and a container of cream cheese.
Come in. I really appreciate everything you're doing for me.
I know that.
I've never been this scared in my life.
Come on. Now, Stanley, you said yourself it's a very common operation.
Still, there's a chance something can go wrong.
There's always a chance.
And when there's a chance that something can go wrong with me, it usually does. The way I figure it, I'm gonna die.
I hate being called a widow. It sounds so permanent and final, and I don't believe for 1 minute that it is. I know someday Charlie and I are going to be together again. Probably not in the old house. We don't need that much room. I mean, the kids are grown and we'll both be dead.
Rose, honey, you didn't die. You passed out. You hallucinated. Remember that New Year's Eve when you had the 3 margaritas? You thought you were an animated broom in Fantasia?
Look, I know it sounds crazy. That's why I wouldn't tell anybody but my 2 closest friends.
I don't... Look at that. She likes me.
Oh, thank God. Emily, pack up your diapers. You're on your way home. Ma, why didn't you use your key?
I left it home. I thought it would weigh me down.
Carnival. And I was having the greatest time. Eating candied turnips and guessing how many sweet potatoes were in the glass jar, bobbing for yams. I had a knack of
always coming up with the firmest, most appealing yams.
I was once told I had the firmest, most appealing gam.
But we do a lot of things real people do.
Except for one very important thing. Boy, is that going to put a hitch in Dorothy's plans.
Hello, I'm Rose Nyland. You must be Frank. It's a pleasure to finally meet you.
Thank you, Rose.
Anyway, we were just a few miles out of town.
You know, I am a little tired. I think I will lie down.
I'm tired myself.
Me too.
I'm exhausted.
Fine, but I'm warning you all right now. I'm telling the rest of that story as soon as you get up.
Yeah, right now, but before long we'll be fighting again. That doesn't mean we don't love each other. It's just the nature of our relationship. We get it from our mother, our father. Mother, father, shut up. You shut up. May your nose...
Ma.
You're right. We get it from our father.
And I'm looking forward to it.
I don't believe in plastic surgery. I think it's unnatural.
This from a woman who brags she slept with a pig until she was 11.
I think if it makes you feel better, to look better, there's nothing wrong with it.
Then I guess it's just that looking good isn't that important to me.
Oh, come on. What are you talking about, Rose? You wear makeup. Still line up for you.
Really?
Your dance card is going to be full for the rest of your life, and you know it.
I don't know whether you meant that or not, Dorothy, but...
Tell the stories around here. Picture it. Brooklyn, April, 1956. 2.5 years.
Fine. That's the way you feel. Sophia, I'm staying right here.
Fine. Stay there forever, you big butchagaloop. I curse the day I ever met you.
Double.
Ma, it's me, Doc. Leonard Bellas, now no need to rush off like this. It is my birthday. Who wants to be the first one to spank me? Boy, that turned out to be some evening, didn't it?
It sure did.
You know, from that night on, I learned to love surprise parties.
You mean go?
Yes.
Why didn't you say so? See you guys.
You know something?
What's that?
Oliver!
Sorry. What?
We were great with Jen.
We were.
We were a team. That's what I want, George, for us to be a team.
What does that mean, Renee? We should get
Men in the bedroom.
Is that a Greek myth?
Get the door, Rose.
You.
Good morning.
Well, kid, what do you want?
We're talking about the sacred institution of marriage here. Are you willing to sacrifice the happiness of these two kids for the almighty dollar?
Yes.
I just want to be sure we were in agreement. Ramon, I'm going to put Priscilla on now.
Russell, come back! Russell, come back here! Come back here! Russell!
Looks like it's just you and me, Blanche.
Rose, I'm afraid I have to leave.
Are you in pain?
I will be if my wife catches me and she...
Promised you'd go.
I know that's what I said, and all I can say now is tough. I'm not getting on that plane, and you can't make me.
Well, then I'm not going either.
Oh, I don't believe my ears. Girls, the entire purpose of this trip is to conquer our fears. Why, if we...
Beverage card. Yes, that's it. The beverage card.
Dorothy, it is not a coincidence. It is my nightmare, and it's coming true.
Don't be silly, Blanche. Not all of it's coming true. You haven't heard the voice of God.
Hello. Yes, this is Blanche, and how did you get this number? And better yet, why am I even talking to you? I don't like you. Matter of fact, I hate you. You can just tear up my number and...
Oh, of course. Dorothy, this is Blanche. Blanche, this is Dorothy. We have jokes like that around here all the time.
It's like living in a house full of Howie Mandels. Sven, I'm Dorothy.
Hello.
And I'm Blanche. Welcome.
Thank you.
Rose tells us you're getting married.
Yes.
With you.
Me too. Oh, thanks, girls. Oh, you know, I can't believe this is happening. I was so careful about my finances all my life. I thought that by now I'd have some sort of security. And here I am, flat broke.
I know what you mean. I never dreamt I'd be single and...
You'll just have to go on without me.
Go on without you. Honey, this is not a wagon train. This is a double date. It doesn't work that way. It's a both of us or nothing.
You'll just have to cancel your date, too.
Cancel my date with Larry? Oh, Dorothy, how long have you been... How he manages to suppress the urge to throw me on the floor and ravish me.
Please, if he throws you on the floor, you'll both end up at the apartment below.
Drink up, Blanche.
That must be him now. I just have to grip my jacket. We're driving into the museum together.
He wanted someone with more innocence.
With more cellulite is more like it.
Take that back.
I will not.
Yes, you will.
I will not.
You will too.
No, I won't.
Girl, what is going on here?
Nothing. Rose just stabbing me in the back.
I did not.
She's been posing for Laszlo, too.
He asked me to.
I sure don't know why. He'd go to see you.
None of you.
None of us.
I have enough sketches of each one of you to make my sculpture. When I'm ready to begin, I will make my choice then.
Yeah, but when will we find out?
Only when the work is unveiled at my show. Now, I apologize, but this is how I must work. Now, ladies, I must bid you good day.
Green team makes a miraculous comeback and wins the game. Oh, Blue team, we don't want you to go away empty-handed. You have $400, that's $100 apiece, and you have the home version of Grab That Dough, which attaches to any vacuum cleaner. Thank you for being with us.
Cram it. Fine. I can't trust you anymore, and if I can't trust you, then we can't be friends. The relationship is over. Goodbye. I got out in the hall and I missed you guys already. Please, let's be friends. Oh. Rocco. Doing?
I always dreamed of retiring.
I just don't want you to wake up one day and think that you've missed the opportunity to do something really great.
Rose, it sounds like you're maybe just bored with me. Look, let's take a rain check on tonight, okay? I'm feeling kind of tired anyway. I'll call you tomorrow.
Bitter of Snellmations.
You know, Rose, sometimes I wish somebody had turned the hose on your parents.
Oh, you were a child.
Hey, we had comic books in Sicily. My favorite was Benito the Hood. He lived in the forest with his band of merry thugs. Benito was very popular.
You mean because he stole from the rich and gave to the poor?
I said Benito the Hood, not Benito the Idiot. He stole from everyone and kept it for himself.
Hell, man. And he wonders why he can't have his own series.
Well, shabba-dabba-dab.
Dorothy, I read your memo. I like the way you think.
Well, thank you, Mr. Hastings. Thank you very much.
Well, you've got a lot of modern ideas for a woman your age.
Oh, you're just saying.
No, I mean it.
Mr. Terrific, I think that Lex Luthor and the Joker are harassing an old lady in the stairwell. Could you come in and melt them with your X-ray vision?
Mr. Terrific doesn't have X-ray vision.
Please, Rose, this is no time to point out his shortcomings. Mr.
After that, when somebody new moved in, the town council just handed out peanut brittle. And free passes to the local movie house, which they hope to build someday. Are you all right? You seem upset.
I was just thinking, I'm sorry I recently got a hearing aid.
Dipped his toes in the lake known as Blanche.
That wasn't stupid enough to deserve a hit?
You know what I'm gonna do? Put your
Basset hound. When he came to pick me up for our blind date, I couldn't believe it. He jumped out of the car and he ran up the walk and bounded up onto the front porch. And I remember thinking, he's gonna trip on those ears. But he didn't. So there he stood before me.
can lose their looks.
Not in Sicily. In Sicily, if you're born beautiful, you stay beautiful. The whole town sees to it. They check up on you, they encourage you, they never let you slip. That's why we were so happy when Dorothy was born.
Oh, Ma.
Who needed all those people bothering us all the time?
It's just a little punching up.
You mean exaggerate the truth, create wild and colorful stories just to impress people? Dorothy, you can't do that.
Oh, I know.
That's my specialty. All right, let's see here. Found a baby robin that fell out of its tree and returned it to its nest. Make that a baby eagle.
Yeah. All the time. Got to a point he couldn't pass a mirror without saying I love you. I can't tell you how many times he got punched out in the men's room.
We are the St. Olaf Woman of the Year Blue Ribbon panel. Does Roy...
Ma, you know how I feel. I cannot give you my blessing.
Dorothy, I love you, but if you ruin my happiness, I will put a Sicilian curse on you that will be like hell on earth.
Ma, you can't put a Sicilian curse on your eldest daughter if the mother is marrying a man under 5.
Don't look so worried. I handle the books.
Hello? What? Oh, no, we'll be right there.
What's the matter?
I don't understand.
...is at stake. To find that jacket and get that ticket, we will lie, cheat, threaten, and steal if we have to.
Oh, hello.
Anybody got a backup plan?
I'm sorry. I didn't know anyone was out here. I was just locking up.
Father, we desperately need your help.
Well, frankly, I'm not sure we have enough empty beds, but you're welcome to stay.
Well, let's go to dinner, ladies.
Have fun.
Rose, honey, there's something I have to say to you.
Here. Here you go.
Dorothy, should I get Sophia a glass of water?
No, Rose, you should sit here and watch her hack herself to death.
Are you sure?
Get the water!
I am gonna call the doctor.
I can't breathe.
Forget the Dr. Blanche. Call the paramedics. What is taking them so long? It's been over an hour.
I'm sure they're doing the best they can.
Cafeteria was closed. This is all I could find.
Thanks, honey.
Any word on Sophia?
I'll call if there's any change.
Come on, Dorothy. I'll take you home.
No, I'm not leaving.
Then we'll all stay.
No, you go.
Oh, no, we're not going anywhere.
I would rather be alone, please.
Are you sure, babe?
Would it be stupid to ask for a group hug before we leave?
Of course not.
Oh, it's running pretty soon. Everything's running all together. Nobody can enjoy their cake.
Stan, I have to tell you something.
Dorothy, somebody's at the door.
I'll get it.
No, you won't. Dorothy.
But I'm closer. Oh,
Oh, it must be that old plow injury. Dorothy, did you get the door?
Oh, look, 2 more mimes pretending to kill yourself. I'm gonna have some fun with it. They weren't mimes, were they?
No fun being stood up, is it?
Listen, mister, if you're looking for a quick score because you think I'm down, then you can just think again.
As a matter of fact, I was looking for a little sympathy. Got stood up myself tonight.
Really?
Cross my heart. What's left of it.
The book
And
again.
study. Study.
No game Saturday, Billy. I'm sorry. Everybody, I'll see you at practice tomorrow. Thanks a lot, Rose. You just taught a bunch of 8-year-old boys that it's more important to win than to play by the rules.
Big deal. It all began when your great-grandfather, Nicodemo, was run down by Marco Venuccio's milk wagon.
He ran him down in cold blood?
Very cold. Grandpa was already dead. Unfortunately, there was a gravedigger strike, so the family was using him as a temporary scarecrow.
Hi, Ernie.
Oh, Rose, I'm really sorry. I'm on my way to the office. There's been a small emergency. Do you mind if we postpone our date?
Well, I was going to ask
Now,
you
look,
if you...
I'd like to make this up to you. I've been thinking, how about we go away this weekend? I know it's sudden, but...
As to kidney stone, I had it appraised. I mean, this went on for 2 years before he found a cure.
What was it?
A blonde stewardess with a butt that would have made Gandhi throw in the towel.
So, Rose, you're gonna...
And Blanche was a roll in the hay, not a walk on the moon.
Oh, Ernie's the best thing that's happened to me in a long time. I don't think I've been this happy with a man since Charlie. Oh. I have to get ready. We're going on a picnic today.
Oh, I don't believe this.
Bored and dissatisfied, and you'll end up unhappy. I hate to see that happen to you, pussycat. But if you think you can handle that, just look me straight in the eye, and I'll drop the whole thing.
Ma, I can handle that.
Both eyes.
Chicago in the dead of winter.
Puppy didn't plan it that way. He lost the map. He didn't know where he was going.
I could have told him where he was going. I told you where he was going the first time I met him. Nowhere. That's where he was going. You married a bum.
Oh, excuse me. We're having a problem with the car.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm starting my...
always puts me in a romantic mood. Dorothy, did you ever make love on top of a mountain?
No, the closest I ever came was making love on top of a fat guy called Old Smoky. Let's check in.
Three!
Excuse me, ladies, but we always dress for dinner here. And in your case, we'd appreciate it if you do that for all 3 meals.
My date will be here soon. I'd better get ready.
Oh, Ma, will you knock it off?
Ah, you're right. At 82, what am I going to get ready? I always have my purse, and I shouldn't pee until he's got the motor running.
At any age, you ought to be ready for your date, Sophia.
Blanche, she doesn't have a date.
No, I was thinking more about that time. Already been written.
Well, if it's any consolation, they do it all the time on Mr. Belvedere.
Well, my dream is crushed. I always wanted to be rich and famous, and now it's not going to happen.
I know a poem that might help. It goes, never ever give up your dreams, even when they're...
That's the point. I want to return the second, but I don't know how to tell which is which. That's where you come in. What do I do?
Well, there's only one thing I can think of. We used to do it back on the farm, and I may be a little rusty, but I guess it's worth a shot.
Whatever it is, do it. I'm desperate.
Okay. Here goes.
Good morning. It sure is, sweetheart. How about some pancakes?
Again? We had pancakes yesterday.
Lillian, you weren't here yesterday.
Here you are, honey. A nice cup of tea.
Lillian, Sophia tells me that you were in the Ziegfeld Follies.
Oh, yes. Those were the days.
You must have...
She has a cramp, you pea brain.
All that money, and we only went twice. Can you believe it?
What are you cooking now, Ma?
A Petrillo family delicacy. Double fudge, amaretto, ricotta cheesecake.
What's in it?
This cake is... Santa! Dorothy, you got a cough drop?
No,
A hard candy?
no.
A Tic Tac?
Does it say Kmart on the back of my nightgown?
Gotcha, Dorothy. It was just a shopping list. You have absolutely no sense of humor. Just like your Uncle Vito. At least I think he was your Uncle Vito. Kidding, just kidding.
But that's it. No more clues. My lips are sealed. Oh, come on. Think about it.
I don't care who it is. I mean, it could be the King of England. I don't care.
No. England doesn't have a king. Try Saudi Arabia.
Look, all I can think about are my test results and how to keep this gown closed.
Must have swum from Normandy, across the Atlantic, up the St. Lawrence Seaway, into the Great Lakes, and then over to Minnesota.
And what did you think, Rose?
Well, I know those little guys are supposed to be good swimmers.
The Dolphin, Your Honor, that for centuries has rescued men lost at sea, guided ships back to port. No, my clients were not trespassing. My clients were returning the favor. They simply wanted to protect some of...
Rose, why don't I get you something to drink? What would you like?
Ginger ale, if you have it.
All right. Oh, but first, I want to introduce you to two of my closest friends. Harv. Elise, it's my friend Rose. Take good care of him.
Hello. We were just having a little disagreement. Now, Harv, Moby Dick is about self-fulfilling prophecy.
Could there be any more birthdays?
What are you telling me?
I have so many things wrong with me. Arthritis, high blood pressure, angina, just to mention a few.
Who doesn't? You can't get into our canasta game unless you have at least 2 debilitating diseases.
Your table is ready, mesdames.
What is his temperature, Blanche?
I do not know, Dorothy. Even with perfect eyesight, nobody can read one of these things.
My God, it's 103.2.
The poor baby.
Oh, we better contact his parents.
And the candles, it was beautiful.
And the Mass was in Latin, a fine old Italian language. Now, who knows? Sometimes it's in English, sometimes in Spanish. If you ask me, they should go back to Latin, the language Jesus spoke.
Ma, he spoke Hebrew.
Sicilian.
What did you serve?
Eels.
Eels?
Yeah, it's true. Eels are a traditional part of a Sicilian Christmas.
Of course, after Christmas, it's eel croquettes, eel hash, eel tetrazzini.
I sure miss a traditional St. Olaf Christmas.
Excuse me.
Mrs. Sensitive.
You know, being here reminds me of my favorite Christmas back in 1951, which I spent at the USO, making a better Christmas for our boys getting ready to leave for Christmas.
Ho, ho, ho! Here's Santa with toys for all the good boys and girls. Ho, ho, ho! Have you all been good boys and girls?
Yeah!
Ah! Ho, ho, ho!
Maybe I should look up one of my old flames.
Yeah, but not Stan, the other one.
I have some incredible news.
You've been traded to the right.
I understand what you're talking about. I feel the same way when I hear the words, and filling in for Doc, Tommy Newsom.
Oh, this is terrific, terrific. Blanche took a positive step and positive things are happening in her life. Maybe it'll work for me. You know what? I'm going to try to get...
You want me to drive tonight, Dorothy?
Oh, Rose, listen. I'm not going to the meeting tonight.
How come?
I'm not comfortable there. I'm not comfortable with the people. I'm not comfortable with the whole thing.
But you need the group.
Come on now. I mean, he also said that there are things that you can do that might bring back some of what you've lost. I mean, we could talk about the good old days, reminisce with old friends. Honey, you have to look on the bright side.
I've had a lifetime of bright sides. I'll just have to learn to do without them.
Oh, damn it. I hate...
Sally, what's going on? What's wrong with me?
You think you got problems? Try being dead.
Or not, I am his son.
He served in Korea.
Really?
Army captain. Decorated for bravery. But not before he graduated top of his class at Vanderbilt.
Hey.
I don't care what that salesgirl said. I look good in that bathing suit. You know, sometimes I wish I did live in Brazil.
Excuse me. One of you ladies dropped this?
Is there any money in it?
Uh-huh.
I dropped it.
Those balloons dropped from the ceiling.
You had balloons in the church?
Well, it's not as if we filled them with air. We learned our lesson. I mean, you put air in them and the St. Olaf Boys Choir used them to make those disgusting noises.
Go on with your story, darling. I care deeply.
Well, after the...
We are gathered here today to join this man and this woman in matrimony.
I just love weddings. Oh, me too, me too.
You think you'll ever get married again?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think so.
Me neither. How about you, Blanche?
Oh, absolutely. If the right man ever came along, of course he'd have to have the...
Me a coach, so there's no reason I can't have a natural birth even in a hospital.
Oh, Becky, that's wonderful. And darling, I'll go to Atlanta with you. I'll be right outside your door the whole time.
No, I think I better have the baby here in Miami. I don't feel much like traveling.
Well, I just thought you'd be happier giving birth in a place...
Eventually, the Lindstroms took the baby. And the beef sticks, because that was the deal. They named the baby Rose.
Did you know her, Rose Lindstrom?
Know her? You're looking at her.
The Lord certainly works in mysterious ways. What do you know about it?
Have you found her?
Oh, yes, Blanche. About a half hour ago. But now I've hidden her again so you can find her.
The Dow was down again today.
I told my broker to short all my high-tech holdings and put it all into AAA bonds and precious metals.
Hey, you sound like doctors.
Think you two could stop hitting my little girl with a newspaper?
We'll
try. Look, you'll have to excuse us. Rose, maybe you can help. We're searching the whole hospital. We can't find my mother.
Maybe she's lost.
Has a sense of humor, too.
Okay. Boy, I bet we're both relieved Mrs. Contini did such a great job matching us up. I'll have to thank her in the morning.
Wait, can we back that up a second? Who is Mrs. Contini? What do you mean matching us?
It wasn't an option. And it wasn't only physical either. You just don't go through what Curtis and I went through just for sex. Although that was reason enough. Blanche, did I shock you?
Yes, I've never heard anybody call Big Daddy by his first name before.
He was the only man I...
May we come
Yes,
in?
of course you may. Please, come right in.
I don't know what just happened here, but it didn't sound like it deserved an F.
It's because Kevin is not an F student.
Look, it's not that I'm lazy, Ms. Bornak. I'm just really busy with ball. I wanted to read A Tale of Two Cities.
Anybody else, I'm reporting you to the State Dental Board.
Rose.
Now, there's just one more thing before I go.
What?
Dance!
Come in.
Goomba.
Ma!
All right, now you kids go out, have fun. I won't wait up. Do anything you want to her.
Will do.
Well, Mel Bushman is picking me up in 15 minutes.
Blanche, George called him.
Something else until that 1 second before their accident, and their lives change. Hey, take a look at this guy in the baseball uniform. And I'm still basically that guy.
You certainly do have a nice place here.
Well, I took it because I spent so much time in Miami, and I do hate hotels.
Oh, yeah.
He knows Phil like a book.
No charge.
Ma, how would you like to go out to dinner tonight with Angela and me?
No.
Oh, come on, Ma. This isn't an easy time for any of us.
Forget it, Dorothy. I don't need her to be there for me. The shame is she wasn't there for Phil. When you wouldn't see me, you weren't seeing him. I don't.
Your dowry check bounced.
What dowry check?
Your father gave us a check for $2 million when we agreed to let you marry Phil.
$2 million for Phil? Wasn't exactly.
Well, that's what the fight was about.
My father offered a dowry and Charlie wouldn't take it.
Oh, maybe that's because he knew eventually those beans had stopped jumping.
Or maybe he just loved me. Beans. I'll have you know it was the...
Up and take a bow.
If I'm not mistaken, all the waiters were whistling at me.
Maybe they never saw anyone eat a steak that fast.
My family. And if you don't like it, then you don't have to be a part of my family.
Blanche, I've been thinking about Clayton and Doug, and I have a question.
What?
Agreement that says what's yours is yours and what's mine is mine.
You want me to sign a prenuptial agreement. You want me to sign a prenuptial agreement. Stanley, whatever happened to openness and honesty and...
I want to tell you something. I've never weighed more than 100 pounds on any day of my adult life. And because you're my friend, I want you to sit down, and I'll share with you that secret.
Tell me, Sophia.
I was born that way. I could eat anything and never get fat. Did anyone ever tell...
It's a smoke alarm in Sophia's room.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah. Anyone for s'mores?
Well, Sophia, how's it feel to be home?
I feel like a free man. Well, you didn't...
But we're a family nonetheless, and you can't break us up.
Well, as moving as all this is, I can't help you. I got to file my report, and either Mrs. Devereaux has to bring the house up to code, or somebody's got to leave.
Wait just a minute. These women no longer live in my house.
Blanche, what are you saying?
I'm saying that it's not
Her head. For the rest of her days, she kept trying to get that cow in the little basket on the front of her bicycle.
Can you believe it? The machines are all empty.
Oh, that's terrible. Would you like a Clark bar?
Sure.
Oh, Blanche, you must have so many memories here.
Oh, are you kidding? I cannot tell you how many Christmases I spent in this place. Grammy's butler would bring us our eggnog by the hearth, and Grammy and I would sing carols and put out gingerbread men for St. Nick. And over there would be Grandpappy drinking out.
Skipping all through this house, so carefree. I could almost hear her laughing. You know, I can almost feel her spirit here. And if I can feel her spirit here, then why is it so ridiculous that Blanche feels the spirit of her
And you're really not mad at me anymore?
Rose, I'm a reasonable person. I forgive you.
Does that mean you'll turn my heat back on? I was really chilly last night.
Okay, Rose.
Blanche, what made you decide to forgive Rose? Rolly is the moderator and the function, if
Shut
not
up.
to...
Sorry. Continuing with English history, fifth wife of Henry VIII.
Who was Catherine Howard?
Correct.
I knew that. I knew the first one, I admit, was a bit of a fluke, but that one I knew.
Okay. Switching
In your own words, Mrs. Petrillo, the words of a beautiful, dignified person who's got a wild bod for a chick her age. What kind of person is your daughter?
She put me in a home.
Hors d'oeuvres, leave me alone.
You idiot. Everybody thinks she's dead now. Well, we're going to have to tell them the truth before she comes.
Hey, everyone! Thanks for coming to my wake. What do you think of the dress?
Blanche has entered the room. I took great pains with this guest list, and frankly, there is room here for only one young, attractive female.
Ooh, then I just got in under the wire.
Boy, look at that great shining.
I'm proud of you, Cindy Lou.
I'm queen.
This is sad. This is so sad.
Hold it, you're not Cindy Lou Peoples.
I don't know what you're talking about. I brought my mother. She'll vouch for me.
Yes,
That's Mrs. Gonzalez.
One day, they'll find a cure, and then they'll unfreeze us. Isn't that a good idea, Kirsten?
How much of this stuff did you give her?
How are you feeling, Mrs. Nyland? You ready to go?
That's a good question, Mr. Carson. But first, I'd like to...
Come on, get some rest. Tomorrow's a big day.
Thank you. Thank you, Sophia.
Goodbye, my girls.